Hello to Ren, Goat, GM, and King so far. Nice. All right. Wait a minute here. See if the same people besides you two are still in the room. If not, we'll give an extra minute or two and then we'll get started. Sorry I rescheduled over 15 minutes. I do that a lot, mainly because if I ever have to come home and take care of a few things, or that's pretty much it. Or if it just depends on work scheduling and stuff like that. No. They're going to be decided after this Q&A, and there's a specific reason for that, but I'm going to wait until the 3-minute mark on the Q&A, and before we start any questions, I'm going to make a specific announcement about the tournament to everybody. But I want a bunch of people besides you two to be here for it. If they're not, then either myself or one of you can explain the whole thing if you want. Otherwise, I'll just do it, or they can watch it back. That's basically what we're going to do. But we're going to wait until the 3-minute mark, give it a second for some more people to get in here, and then we'll work it out. And if you already know the reason, then I don't have to explain much. I did Discord and YouTube explain as much as I could on the details and everything, but like I said, we'll wait a second for some extra people to get in here, and then before Q&A starts, we'll decide everything. David Drayton from the Mist. I think he's hallucinating? Yeah, you could say that. And I've got a new theme for how I end my whole stories, and how I ended What If Dale Survived is going to be like, the way I ended it and the feel of it is, it's not always going to be the same for how I end every story, at least like the details of it, but for the most part, the sequence of how I end it has always been the same, and how I say it, but how I do it from now on, I've got a new theme for how I do it. And if I told you guys, we still got like 20 parts or so left in the story, literally. So we're far from done. All right, so I'm going to give it a few more seconds here, and then I'm going to explain the announcement about the tournament before the Q&A. So let's hold off the questions at least. That's why I'll probably extend it, just because I've extended it before whenever I had announcements. So I'll just do it here again. All right, so you guys are probably... no, you're not. Ren's here, King's here. No, we got a decent few people here, so I can start with the announcement. Yeah, exactly, King. All right, but I'm gonna talk about the tournament. Ren or GM, you were talking about the brackets. Here's what we're gonna do. If you guys did not see my recent Discord and YouTube community posts and everything and my updates, basically what we're going to do is registrations and upgrades and participants, they're closed as of yesterday, midnight more specifically for Friday, because I wanted to make it dramatic or something like a New Year's thing, but I don't know what I was thinking at the time. But the reason that I am going to not set up the brackets until after the Q&A is because if we can get over 20 ideas here on this Q&A, then and only then will I accept new people who want to join the tournament, because besides myself, we have 4 members. So if we can get 4 people, more people and 20 ideas down, more than 20, then whoever wants to join, I will accept them, but they're going to have to like pull a bunch of hamstrings to get on Discord, do their guy, look at the inspiration match like me and KJ did, and then look at all the rules and the guidelines and stuff. So that all depends on what we do today. But I just felt I felt that since maybe it's like I didn't give enough time, maybe that's why people didn't want to join, or they just couldn't. But I just felt that I'd be nice and give more people a chance, especially if we could get more than 20. Because last Q&A, we had a lot of people in here, and we got over 20 ideas. It was insane. So, and some Q&As we've got like 4 to 6 to 10 ideas, which is fine because my channel's packed for years to come. So, literally, and it doesn't matter how few or how many we get. I'm just saying if we get more than 20 this stream, I will allow more people to come in for the tournament. But like I said, they're going to have to do it fast, because immediately after this, I am going to set up the brackets for the matches. Since it's an odd number besides myself, I might just leave one person. It's going to be weird, but I'll figure it out. And if you guys need a refresher on like what the rewards or like what you get for winning the tournament is and everything, if you need a refresher on that or anything specific for the tournament, and that goes for participants too, then I'm all ears. We can talk about it here too, because tomorrow's the big day. Hi, King. What if Saitama was in Dragon Ball? Wonder if I've done that. No, I haven't done it, but what if Saitama was in Dragon Ball? I can't help but feel that I have and have not wrote that down. I don't think I have, but no, I haven't. So yeah, Saitama being in Dragon Ball, yeah, that's the first idea. If the planet blew up accurately and Frieza, then the whole story would have been screwed. Frieza would have blown up the planet, no Dragon Balls, because Kami would have been dead, Piccolo. So ultimately, Frieza would have won if the planet blew up accurately. What if Shane left the farm after his fight? Riken found Eastman. What if Shane joined Eastman is an idea already saved? Is the tournament happening on YouTube? No, because I felt that if we did do it on YouTube, many people don't have like voice channels for Discord and everything. So if I did it for YouTube, it would be a lot of talking at once and it would be very awkward. So I feel like just doing something simple on Discord is just better overall. If you want me to explain like the specifics of it and like more like that, then I can. What if Jenner survived? What if Jim survived? Jenner became the hero of The Walking Dead. I have a bunch of Jenner-themed what ifs saved. What if Clara joined the Whisperers? I have what if Clara survived, but joining the Whisperers? That would actually be an... From how she looked and everything, that would actually make sense. What if Clara survived and what if Clara joined the Whispers? Those are like the only Clara stories that I can think of. Because forever, I did not even make her character matter because I didn't think she could matter. But hey, I made Amy survive for 8 parts and Lori survive for 18 parts. So, and I'm making Dale survive for 40 parts, so that should go to tell you something. Oh, that King, that would be. I don't know about that, but her wearing a husband face, but I'll definitely make something out of it. What if Mickey survived? That's saved. What if Negan and Rick made a deal instead of Rick shooting up the satellite outpost? I don't see them doing that, but if you watch my What If the Governor Met Terminus, which is going to be a remake of, it's 20 minutes long on my channel, they actually do team up. And I've had them team up with What If Eastman Survived and several stories where Negan and Rick actually work together. That's okay, Goat. What if Billy Loomis survived? That's saved. What if Stu survived? That's saved. What if I have not watched The Last of Us? Don't really plan to because of what I've seen of it. What if Stu Macher wasn't the killer? Well, then if he wasn't the killer, then Billy would be alone. I've got a what if saved like for that. What if what's her name? What if Casey unmasked Stu, and then Stu would be arrested, Billy would be the lone killer. So that idea sorta kinda is like your idea. What if Tyrese survived? I have that saved for the future. But we've got 2 so far, and we've still got plenty of time. We've got over an hour. What if the CRM found the communities instead of the Commonwealth? Or what if Martinez joined Eastman instead of the militia? Martinez joining Eastman would have kind of just been out there. And as for the CRM finding the communities, I feel like the CRM being like the overall kind of the main bad, so to speak, like the big ending boss and everything, is better than the Commonwealth. Because even in the trailer for The Ones Who Live, they are the most powerful military on the planet. The guy says it. So for them to be the second to last boss, that doesn't seem right. And there's no way to really make the Commonwealth stronger than the frickin' CRM. We've even got What If saved for that, but ultimately I should get rid of those because we've seen how big the CRM is. If Mickey wasn't the killer, there hasn't been a moment where Mickey was almost busted like Stu was, whenever Casey actually ripped off his mask. She just didn't get a good look. So I don't know about that one. What if Carol joined the Whisperers? I think I have her joining other groups, but I don't think that the Whisperers is one of them. Because it doesn't really fit Carol. What if Rick killed Glenn after Lori died and he went crazy? Well, Glenn saved him. And even though Rick was crazy, you can see that when he looked at him and pushed him against the wall and then threw him back, he still was there. He just wasn't all there. The Rick and My Dale story is way crazier than any version of Rick. And I'm sure all of you can testify to that. And it's going to get a lot worse. Like I said, it's my most worked on story, and I'm proud to have it finally freaking done. Well, not done uploading, just, done production. Now I'm working on thumbnails. By the way, if you saw my Discord post about my new thumbnails, I'm taking inspiration from Ren there and actually doing like titled thumbnails. Because I feel that I've kind of more or less procrastinated and been lazy on that behalf. What if Morgan... Oh, we got hearts. Nice. What if Morgan joined the Claimers in between seasons 3 and 4? Morgan probably wouldn't have joined any group if he had still been crazy. Want to know why? He would have killed them or gotten himself killed. What if Rick Grimes got Saitama's power? Okay, being a Super Saiyan, that is one thing. Or being Beerus's reincarnation, that's another thing. But Saitama's, I can't say that. I can't say that I could do that. If Sydney died almost immediately in the beginning of the Scream franchise, there'd be no one to stop all the other killers. So, yeah. What if Billy betrayed Stu for Cindy? Who? Oh. So what if Billy turned good? Okay. Interesting. We got a bunch of hearts. Nice. What if Hoffman did not get kidnapped by John Kramer? Then Jigsaw would have had to find a new accomplice. Or he would have relied on Amanda more. So yeah, that'll be a good one. So what if Billy turned good, and what if Hoffman wasn't kidnapped? Nice. That's 4 ideas so far for the stream. Okay, Superman being in the Doctor Strange multiverse movie? Maybe. I have Superman, I think, saved as an Infinity War thing, but how can I make him appear later in the story, especially after Endgame and during that movie? How would that work? I feel that Infinity War is enough of a good place to put him. Giving him a cameo wouldn't really work for a story. There is going to be a Spider-Man 4. We just got to wait for it. I think my Tobey Maguire remake is going to focus maybe on a Spider-Man 4. But honestly, I don't know. What if Hoffman was in Scream? How would Hoffman fit in the Scream universe? I might have saved that one already from the last stream. Correct me if I'm wrong. But in case I didn't, I might put it as a bonus. So how would he fit? What if Thanos arrived on Earth in the Avengers? I either have that one saved or I don't. I'll put it as a bonus because I don't think that I scrapped it or thought I couldn't do it. What if Galactus was an Avengers Endgame? How would Galactus fit? What if Roman Bridger survived? That's saved. I know. What if Jill survived? That's saved. What if Charlie Walker survived? From Fear? You're talking about Charlie from Fear? Who's Charlie Walker? If Carl had been the one to put Sophia down, it would have dramatically changed his character and ultimately made Laurie more like it. I can't say it would have affected the story in the long run. It would have just made Carl different and then Laurie be more, off about Carl shooting and that stuff. What if Laurent was immune to the Walker virus? I can't say that I know about that yet. We haven't seen a Daryl season 2, so ultimately, I think he still might be. I don't know. I don't know. What if Dewey helped Billy and Stu? How would that work? Well, technically, Lizzie and Mika were saved by Abraham, Rosita, and Eugene, along with Bob, because of my Dale story. So technically, that's already happened. Stu surviving or being in Scream 6, that's already going to happen. Technically, you could call those both the same thing. How would Walker Dwayne be in Herschel's barn? Walkers Among Us imposters, that's way too silly. Sam being Ghostface? That's saved. I can't say Otis would have gotten far. So ultimately, he would have either gotten killed by Shane or literally forced back to the farm. Ultimately, it wouldn't have ended good for Otis. I don't think it would have changed the story overall. Have you made a What If Shane Killed Rick remake? Not yet, but if you looked at my Thanksgiving post, you'd have to look for it on my community post specifically. That's one of the what ifs saved on it. So it's going to happen very soon. I'd have to say I'll start production on it probably within the next month. Probably. I think it's the next, one of the next ones. Yeah, it definitely is. I can't tell if it's like the next story after What If Daryl Died Instead of Merle, because that's the story I'm going to be working on now. I can't tell if it's after the story now or like maybe a few more besides it. What if Superman was in Dragon Ball? I don't think I wrote that down either. I don't know why. Could never think of any plausible ideas. Well, then it would have been like, what if Rick woke up from his coma? Then it ultimately would have been like my what if Rick never got in the coma story, which had 2 parts. It's near the start of my channel, which there's going to be a remake to, where Rick and Shane wouldn't have been enemies. Michael Myers being in The Walking Dead, I don't think I saved. Neither in Fear, because there really wasn't a way to put him in. But Jason Voorhees, John Cena, and Freddy Krueger are all crossover ideas, plus many, 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 many more. Thanks to you guys. What if Mickey was good and Billy's new... What? If you watch my... If you watch my What If Andrew Garfield was in the MCU instead of Tobey Maguire or Tom Holland, The Amazing Spider-Man 3 and 4 happen. Do you think there will be a The Walking Dead Season 12? Hold on just 1 second on that thought right there. Yes, I definitely think so, because think about it. Even if The Ones Who Live has 6 episodes, we still got Daryl Dixon Season 2, The Book of Carol now that it's called, and then we got to figure out where the frick everyone else from Fear went, if they're going to show up in all the 3 spin-offs or not. And then we got Dead City Season 2, and then we got to find a way to put all those Fear characters into the spin-offs. Otherwise, there might just be a Season 12. And then, who knows how much more they're going to put in. So honestly, yes. I do think there will be a Season 12. Either that, or they're going to implement all of the spin-offs into a Season 12 collectively. Think about that for a second. And then they'll implement a Season 13 after putting in the spin-off episodes to their own Season 12. I know I might be overthinking it, but hey, stranger things have happened. I mean, they're making a freaking Moana 2, a Toy Story 5, a freaking Zootopia 2. They're coming out with all this crap. So The Walking Dead season 12 or 13, that's not unexpected. And they're making a freaking Dragon Ball spinoff based off of Before Super, if you haven't heard of Dragon Ball Daima. I'm sorry it's taking me forever on these. You guys, like, went crazy to town on these ideas. I gotta catch up with a lot. So sorry if I'm late to a bunch of this. This is gonna happen a lot more, because I'm a slow reader. I'm not so much a slow reader. I'm actually a very fast reader. It's because I get in depth whenever it comes to talking. I talk a lot. Channel should tell you all you need to know. What if Eric Matthews was kidnapped by John Kramer instead of Hoffman? Huh. You know, what if Hoffman wasn't kidnapped? I could play into that. So I'll just do that. He is in another universe, and he is able to go there and help Doctor Strange. Fair enough. What if Superman helped Doctor Strange? Yes, there is already one, and the remake will be happening. What if Hawkeye? Hawkeye, honestly, you know what? That actually works, because Hawkeye might be superhuman, and he might have exploding arrow bows, but compared to many people who I have to put in The Walking Dead and nerf, like Kid Goku, Yamcha, Babidi, Yajirobe, Rick being Beerus's reincarnation, Rick being a Super Saiyan. Unlike all those, Hawkeye, I can actually put in, because there are many bow users in The Walking Dead, and Hawkeye only has just a few little things that make him only a tad bit stronger than most of the Walking Dead characters. But overall, he could work for an idea. So that's 7 ideas. And like I said, if we get over 20 ideas, whoever wants to join the tournament, which is starting tomorrow, you guys are more than allowed to go onto Discord, which the thing is in the description of every one of my videos and streams, and then just read the article about the tournament if you haven't already, place your character, and give any abilities you want. But it needs to be done by tomorrow. And yeah. Have you made a What If Shane Ended Rick remake? I already answered that. Not yet, but it's going to happen soon. If Spencer wasn't retarded? I've made Spencer matter a lot of times before. Hoffman could fit as a detective in Scream. Alright. He could help Dewey. That actually works. Alright. I swear I wrote that down, but yeah. What if Sophia was immune to the walker bite? It would have effectively made Sophia immortal. And if Sophia's immortal, you gotta make everyone immortal. You can't make exceptions to one character and then not... I don't know how to explain it. But if you're gonna make a character immune to a zombie virus, you gotta make more than one. Because one conveniently weird character being immune to a virus is like just giving that freaking character immortality. Oh my god, I actually snapped my fingers there. I'm like never good at snapping my fingers. That actually worked. Call it the magic touch. Galactus knows that there are less heroes on Earth and tries to eat it. This could spark a Thanos versus Galactus fight. I didn't even think about that. And if you think about it, Dormammu is essentially like Galactus. And if you've ever heard of the character Pyron, the Planet Eater, he's like that too. But more or less in the MCU, Dormammu and Galactus have a lot of things in common. But Galactus being in Endgame, that would ultimately be awesome. That could spark a... how many of you think that Thanos would actually stand a very good chance against Galactus? Has that ever happened? I mean, I don't pay attention to comic book lore regarding the MCU. I just pay attention to the movies, more or less. I feel like The Walking Dead shouldn't do a season 12 because I feel like it would defeat the whole purpose of how season 11 ended. That's actually very fair, but I didn't say there was obviously going to be season 12 or 13 or anything. I was just throwing out possibilities. Whatever happens, it's the way that they do it. But yeah. Yeah. Charlie Walker. Charlie Walker. Was Charlie Jill's boyfriend? Not the one who, Jill... Not the first one Jill killed and then shot in the nuts. I'm talking about the one she stabbed. Is that Charlie Walker? If he survived, it wouldn't have meant nothing. I really feel it would have been totally pointless. Godzilla and Kong being in Avengers and starting The Walking Dead and Dragon Ball are going to happen. He worked for Jill. I knew it! Yeah, but season 11 left on a cliffhanger. Season 12 would assemble the group. The Walking Dead people assemble like an MCU joke. And end the series for good. Another No. The best Ghostface was always Billy? If I had to rate the best Ghostface, I would have to either go between Roman or... I'd have to go between Roman, Billy, or maybe Jill. Roman, Billy, or Jill. Those are my three tops. Sydney's new boyfriend, I mean Nick, not Billy's. When I said, what if Mickey turned good and Sydney's new boyfriend was the killer? Then why would Mickey have the outfit? We'd have to exit that out. Why not? I have what if Mickey survived, but turning good, that's a different story. Obviously. There's a difference between a character surviving, because they can always get revenge, they can always hide out somewhere, they can always kill the entire group, or they can turn good. And that's the freaking beauty of a what if. In my opinion, King, Billy is good. Mickey was my favorite. Mickey was the best Ghostface. What if Nicholas died instead of Noah? Well, I already have a what if planned for Noah actually surviving. So if Nicholas died, it wouldn't have meant nothing, and Noah would have just lived a little bit longer. It would have been rehashed material. So, are you a boy or a girl? Wow, look at that! Like the 55th freaking person that's asked me that question since I started these streams and my channel. I get it. Long hair. So I'm going to repeat this very slowly so that the people at home can understand this. Guys can have long hair. Look at Norman Reedus, Keanu Reeves, and just name me any other guy who has long hair. Heck, even Beta from freaking The Walking Dead has long hair. Jerry has long hair. Ezekiel has long hair. How is this hard to understand that a guy can have long hair? Like, Jesus. I'm sorry. I find it more or less funny. I laugh to control my anger. It's a good stress reliever, more or less. I use it also at work. YouTube, no. Do YouTube know who is Mr. Beast? Who doesn't know what Mr. Beast is? What if Sydney was the killer? That's saved. What, 20? Oh my god. Do you know who is Mr. Beast? Yes. In Scream or Scream 2? Scream 1. The Walking Dead Season 12 and Season 13 would equal more what-ifs here on this channel. Well, the spin-offs have already given me what-ifs, like for the Croat, and for the CRM, and for the France, like what if Rick ended up in France? So it's not like the spin-offs and Fear the Walking Dead, especially Fear the Walking Dead, haven't landed me ideas, but you are right. I could see that, especially after her mom dying and all. What if Randy survived? That's saved. Average Discord mod. Unfortunately, you are terribly mistaken. I don't do mods. But my friend, UGN Kaz, who I collabed here on the channel last summer, and he's going to be off college here this summer too. So only got about like a year or two left or something. But anyways, he has mods for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. But other than me, if I had a gaming PC, I'd be modding that too for our combined Dynamic Duo channel. But I've never done mods. I don't even know how you could do that, and I personally don't care to. What if Dewey survived? That's saved. I wonder why no one else is replying. What do you mean? Oh, because you said of how many people there are? Maybe they just don't want to talk, and that's fine. What if Tara became Ghostface? You know what? I never thought about that. Sam becoming Ghostface and Sydney becoming Ghostface? That's one thing. But Tara? Oh, that's a whole new deal. What if Richie survived? Richie surviving would actually make Scream 6 all the more troublesome. What if Amber was good? Well, considering Stu was crazy, nah. Imagine Rick and Shane at Alexandria as Alexandria cops. I've done that over 1 million times. Nick, are you going to do all of our what ifs after what ifs after what ifs? Because we have been doing a lot. So can you do all that? Of course I can. You realize I'm going to say this because I'm not going to show you guys, obviously, pictures of my quick memo. It's private stuff, even if it is topic stuff. But if I had to tell you guys in a number how much I have saved from thinking about these ideas alone for 2 years since we started the channel, and for ideas that you guys have recommended me, including right now, if I had to botch all those numbers up together in my quick memo saved file, which is how I save what if ideas, then I'd have to go for over 200 ideas saved for the channel. So honestly, yes, I will do every single one of the ideas. So you don't gotta worry about that. It's just a lot of ideas will take longer, especially Dale's story being so long. If a story calls for me to make it long, I make it long. If it calls for it to be short and sweet and simple, then I'll make it short, sweet, and simple. But there hasn't been a moment for that since What If Amy survived. So yeah, that just goes to show you that I go in depth with a lot of stories, but it's not like one-parters won't ever happen again. It's just that, I don't know, I like doing long stories, and you guys don't seem to have a problem with it. Although the last few parts of Dale's story, specifically the last 3 parts, they haven't been getting much love. I get that we're 20 parts in, but thought you guys would be like more involved with the rest of the series. All I can say is maybe that's why I'm doing better artwork, thanks to like Ren inspiring me to step up on that. And maybe you guys just haven't had time. I never push content on you guys. I just upload and hope you guys enjoy it. Who's your Valentine? I don't have one because I prefer to honestly. I have friends, but I've never been interested in relationships or anything like that. And plus, I don't think that that's something we need to talk about on the internet. My family and myself growing up always been like very peculiar on like, not peculiar, but like stuck on being safe on the internet, if you guys get what I mean. Why you look like a what? The 55th person to say that. Can someone tell Shauna and all these other people who ever come on here and call me a freaking woman, can someone run it through their minds, please, that guys can have long hair? Will someone scream to the high heavens for me, please? Like, God. Who's your favorite? What's your favorite Pokemon? That's funny. You should mention that because Pokemon is the series I'm on right now. I know I didn't make a community post about that after, what was I saying? After Transformers. Remember I made that community post about the live action and the Transformers Prime. That was what I was on next. But I've actually watched the entire of Indigo League, most of the episodes of Adventures in the Orange Lands or League or whatever that show's called, and I'm watching the entirety of the franchise. Then it's Naruto and whatever comes after that. Are you getting me? No. Okay, that's rude. Shauna, get the frick out of here, man. What if Michael Myers met Oh, that's actually, wow. Death Battle has done something like that. Well, obviously, because it's freaking Death Battle. But me doing it? Oh, you just signed up for this channel to see an awesome story in the future. They probably think you're a girl because you don't have any facial hair. Because I shave it off. Because I'm not really one for face hair. I mean, it's growing in a little, but I shave every 2 days. That's mainly why. I like your shirt. Thank you. It's actually something I got for Christmas. It's my first The Walking Dead shirt. And we've got 13 ideas and 30 minutes left in the stream. So you guys got more than enough time. Why would Stu did not have the charisma or spunk to ran out Billy like that. Billy led him. And only near the end did Stu start to, like, you know, boost his morale up to try and stand up to Billy. But Billy overall, he was the big bad of Scream 1. And Scream 2 confirms it with Billy Loomis' mother. Friday the 13th ripoff. That's mainly because Scream is very melodramatic in sharing the horror franchise with the people. But even whenever before Sydney killed Billy and Stu, we saw that he was not gonna rant out Billy, because then he even made the excuse. Sydney was like, "Oh, what would your defense be?" And he'd be like, "Peer pressure." So if anything, he would still get in trouble, and Billy would be the main one, obviously, to frame. It's basically like what would have happened if. I have no idea. I'm going way too into this. Looks like I have a fan in the chat. Yeah, nah. What about Rick and Morty, though? I don't watch Rick and Morty. I've never really found myself interested in it. What would a 90-year-old man do on frickin' YouTube? First of all. Second of all, I'm pretty sure anyone above the age of like 60 is not on YouTube. Like, that's my plan. Once I will go to YouTube and here until I am of old age that I'm like, I cannot do this anymore. I gotta quit. Because I want YouTube to be my job. And yeah, I pretty much explained the whole drama and everything. What's with the random YouTube symbols? How did you know Shauna? You might be a genius or something. Okay, what? What if Ethan was good? Ethan was a lame character anyway, so he would have just been a side character anyway. Thank you. Hi, do you know me? No. Should I? Hi, can you please give me a shout out? I would, but I've explained this to other people before too. I don't do shout outs unless you recommend an idea. I do it and then I shout you out that way. Because I don't feel that shout outs should just be like handed out. Not to say they should be earned, it just doesn't feel right to me to give something that just give it out. Everything's got a price. If everything didn't have a price, I don't even think that I'd be worried about, YouTube and making it a job. He's a smart guy. He can apparently guess my age because he's just bored. Well, if the channel didn't tell you, the name's Nick. Nick's Topics. Well, for Nick's Topics. Nick the Goat. Well, thank you very much. It's funny, Nick the Goat, and your name's the Goatmaner. That's funny. I like that. Do you love Jesus? I don't really get into Christianity and all that. I don't really pick myself on religion and everything else. I'm a see it to believe it kind of person. So I can believe that, like, maybe we had a creator or whatever, but I don't dive into it. Well, Hoffman set up pretty much all the traps. Didn't he set up the one with Dr. Gordon? And if so, like, what was the timeline? How would this all work? Like, I'm pretty sure he was around, and Saw 2 confirms it, so I don't think that would work. Dr. Gordon worked with Hoffman. Well, Hoffman at the end proved that, especially whenever he was confirmed to be the killer, that he was just a bloodlust killer, and so was Amanda. So Dr. Gordon being the sane one and the actual Jigsaw, like, big bad and actually on his side, I feel that you can't just take that away. Man, I'm gonna just, you don't have to leave. Great, we got a bunch of people here that made one of my friends leave. Yes, thank you. Thank you, goat. I don't know who Austin Powers is. You look like Jesus Christ. I mean, you think my hair's orange? Okay, maybe in the light. My hair's naturally blonde, but I dyed it back last year to be red. And now it's just faded because I grew it out a bunch. So I'm not a ginger. Sorry. You guys have. We've gotten a good bit, but only 13 ideas. But at least we still got plenty of time. I'm not going to divulge that information. Please say hi. Hi. Please don't spam. I should make that a general rule of thumb. If Merle died? Why not? All right, so we got 14 ideas and 1 bonus, depending on if I saved it or not. What's your favorite These are random questions. You get that this is a Q&A for questions for topics for the channel, right? We're not asking random questions. I mean, I'll still answer them, but like not if they're silly. Where are you from? I can't answer that. That's not stuff that you should frickin' talk about on the internet. Any of you guys. You should want to keep your freaking house, your neighborhood. You should not you should not divulge any personal info on the internet ever. Okay? That is personal information. Trump 2024. Okay. I say as long as the president does their job and does it so that we don't all die, I'm good. I don't care who the president is. Sorry. No, I'm not from Syria. I don't even know where that is or what that is, or I don't know. Looks like I helped for an idea. What if Merle successfully took out the governor and his men in season 3? I think I've either saved that or no. I have what if Andrea led Woodbury, but Merle, I have a Merle story if I didn't already explain it enough. What if Daryl died instead of Merle? So that's going to be the next one for production that I'm working on. Okay, now I gotta read all this freaking nonsense. At least, nonsense from the ones that are spamming and everything. Not the people who are actually, cognizant of what they're talking about. You look like Harry Potter. Let me ask you something. Have you ever watched Harry Potter? I bet that you have not watched an ink of Harry Potter. And I can say this because I knew what Harry Potter looked like well before I watched it. And it took me I watched it near the end of 2023, and I still knew what Harry Potter looked like. He never had long hair, ever, ever. He always had short hair, and I have long hair, and yet I somehow look like Harry Potter. 100 IQ for you, buddy boy. Go ahead and pat yourself on the frickin' back. Can't give shout out unless you have an idea, and then I'll shout you out that way. Otherwise, I don't really give out shout. Can we please explain to these people, please? I feel like we're just getting a bunch of people saying the same thing like over and 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 over again, and it's starting to get me like to the point where I just want to keep saying, you know, like why. Man, every time this headache happens, I repent immediately and get ready to die. Wait, whoa. That's a bit dark there, Ren. You look like Jeffrey Okay, can we get these people out of here? Like we got a bunch of clowns in here. All right, we got a bunch of clowns, and they, man, I'm about to. Never mind. I'm cool as a cucumber. That's why I laugh to repent my anger. Really? Oh, I have water next to me. I'm not gonna do that. Well, see, here's the thing. You know what? I'm going to get my camera out of angle for a second. For those of you who are actually like, you know, not spamming a bunch of stuff, I was just going to wait till the end of the stream, but I'm going to work on something right now. Don't mind me. That's why I said I'm even going to extend the stream. Oh my God, it is so weird holding my phone like this for the Q&A. Like literally. Yeah. All right. Remove. Yeah. Let's see how funny this is. What the heck? What is going on here? Sorry, I'm going through like a bunch of... We got a bunch of clowns in here. You know, okay. I think I got rid of all of them. All right. Okay. We got rid of all the freaking the weirdos. Okay, so I'm gonna repeat this one more time for the shout outs. I'm sorry. I gotta repeat this one more time. And I'll give Savage a chance to hear me on this. And anybody who's here, I do not give shout outs unless you recommend an idea and then I shout you out because it's your idea that I'm doing for the channel. And that's the only way I shout out because I don't think you should give people shout outs just randomly. I feel that there needs to be more because you can't you shouldn't give something like that out for free. You got it? Because you're like the 55th person that's asked me that question, along with 55 people telling me that I freaking look like a girl. At this point, I'm convinced that I'm just freaking around a bunch of clowns. All right, so we have 14 ideas for the stream so far. And remember, if we get to 20, then anyone who did not get the chance to can enter the tournament. And once time is up for the Q&A, which will be either if we get 20 ideas or at an hour and 20 minutes, then I'm going to make an announcement for the tournament. No, I know obviously like GM, King Portals, King Devin, the Governor, and Ren, and like Braden Douglas, and I could name off 1,000 more people, but mainly for some reason in Q&As, especially because of the John Lemon whole saga and everything, it just seems like, I don't know, clowns just come out of nowhere, which is why after that whole War of Words stream, I was just like, no, I can't focus on trolls on this channel because if I do, I might as well just make it a troll channel. And I'm not going to do that. Although making fun of people would be sick as crap, I want to be able to tell stories. You should never get on YouTube and make it a job for your lifetime for something you don't want to do. I think Roman Bridger showing up in Scream 3 was the best. And I don't know why people like Lemon and all these other people tell me that just say things and then just freaking say like, hey, people should unsubscribe and you should like just get off YouTube. No, I'm not getting off YouTube. Whole reason I got on here and with those other 700 freaking channels is to make this a job and to freaking become the best YouTuber. I'm talking like past Mr. Beast level. I know a bunch of people have told me that I'm a freaking dreamer and I think ahead. And like my little sister was like, oh, it took Mr. Beast 15 years to get where he is. Well, I just told her, hey, if I have to freaking take 15 years, I've already been on YouTube for 6, so I've got a good head start. Age requirement? Well, the only thing you should know is that my videos aren't for kids. So, there is not an age requirement besides that. I just make my videos not all for kids because I want people to comment. I want to see people's reactions and get to hear people. So, yeah. No, we got more. Hold that thought. If it was directly after the barn scene, Shane would have been gunned down right then and there. Honestly, I don't feel like I could think of anything that would happen besides that. That's not really a good story. What if the Marvel and DC made a collab? I have a what if based, please do not spam. That is going to be a rule, along with, like, I'm going to put these rules in from now on. No spamming and no asking inappropriate questions. So if you got an idea or something, that's cool, but never spam, because then that's going to make me not want to do it. I'm being generous here. So what was even the idea? What if Marvel and DC made a collab? I have a what if saved already for those two universes colliding. You just gotta wait and see. Yeah. What if Shane kidnapped Rick? How and when would this happen? Kidnapping is a little bit... It's making Rick like he's a little kid or he's defenseless. Well, how would this happen? How's bro being jet? Another confused fool who doesn't know his place in the pecking order. No, that's oddly specific. I'm just gonna go for just get as many clowns out of here as possible. Because when I started Q&As, it didn't get like this. It's only when I started doing Destinies that it got like this. But I suppose that's because my channel got bigger before I did Destinies. So what if Rick kidnapped Shane? No, that would not... I don't think that I could find a way for that to happen. But Shane kidnapping Rick, I could think about. You just have to give me an idea. You think Rick would have fallen in love with Shane? No. What type of YouTuber are you? I see. Well, looks like I'm going to have to explain. Allow me to remind the folks here who I am. Nick from Nick's Topics, the channel where you can see any what if from any show or movie based franchise and see it come to life, depending on what it is. And Destinies, The Walking Dead Destinies was made specifically because it focused on what ifs based on The Walking Dead show. So I did that gameplay. And Q&As are to boost up the what if algorithm and to talk with my fans. So there you go. Facts of the day. Who am I? There's your answer. I think I handled that really well. Have you thought about gaming commentaries? No, this is not a game channel. This is a topic channel. If you did not just hear me say my awesome freaking thing, which I should have used for my intro. How would Mickey be in Saw? You'd have to give me an idea for that. No, Godfrey is not going to hop off. And I wouldn't call yourself a supporter. He's made me intros and outros and has been subbed to me for over 10 months. So, if anything, you should leave. I'm not telling you you're being mean. I'm just saying don't throw stones from a glass house. Do you like me? And not in a weird way. I'm saying as a fan. Yeah, of course. As long as you're nice to me on this channel and we all get along, you tell me good ideas, and we all get along as a community, then I have no reason to hate you. So, yeah, of course I do. As long as you're nice to me, I'm nice to you. It is common courtesy, after all. What the frick's a Nokia? Yeah, I extended it because I was a little late and because I had to get rid of a bunch of people. Seriously, what the frick is a Nokia? I don't care. I don't really care to know what that is. But as for that Mickey being in Saw, I think I could do that. We have a lot of Saw and the Scream crossovers. Roman being in Saw is already saved because he knew, I think, how to set up traps, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Would you do a meetup? Yeah, I think so. Especially if I get up to where I want to be in life, like really, really big on YouTube. Of course I would. Be a real pleasure to go out and see people and say, hey, you're Nick from Nick's Topics. That'd be wonderful. And that's what I plan to do. I think I have that saved. I can't tell, but I either scrapped it because I couldn't find an idea for it, or I have it saved for that Rick kidnapping Michonne one. A flip phone? No, I don't have a flip phone. I used to, but I've had touchscreens for over 3 to 4 years. I've had touchscreens. Am I allowed to drive? I got a lot of... Why are we talking about this on the internet? Okay. No. We're just letting you know. If you were in the zombie apocalypse, what would be your weapon of choice? If you watch my What If Nick Was in The Walking Dead, that's the only time I divulged my actual, like, town that I live in, but not my actual home. And I plan to do a remake of me being in The Walking Dead groups, and you could just watch my video there and see what I would do. If they had killed Jenner, then I wouldn't have found a way to get out and they would have all died. If Nick cannot do this idea, back my idea. All right, King. Okay. Yay. Hot take. Alpha would be really... technically, she had hair in Tails. What if the governor was in Scream? The governor is in Saw, and I saved that. But how would he fit into Scream? No, I've only ever messed around on the harmonica. Used to have a set of drums and I'm sorry, but why are we asking silly questions on the internet? I'm overthinking this way too freaking much right now. See, I'm an overthinker, and whenever I think about something too much, and especially if it's a story, I'm like, I gotta take a break. I gotta let my mind compensate. Well, guys, we got about a few minutes and left in the stream, and we're 5 We're 5 ideas away from 20 ideas. So that means that we could maybe get some people for the tournament if we get 5 more good ideas. The governor being in script. Okay. All right. So the governor would just be a random serial killer? Okay. Okay. That's 4 more, and we have 4 minutes. So let's do this thing. What if the governor went to Terminus in season 5 remake? That's going to be done. It's a remake that is planned. I'd have to say that if it's probably not going to happen for the next few months, but it will happen. I can assure you that. If I ever save an idea on paper or on YouTube and I tell you in a comment, that's how you'll know. The only way you won't know is if I say like how the scenario would happen and it's not worth telling, or I'll just tell you that I don't think I can do it. But I'll never be mean and say, get that idea out of here. I'll say it in a silly way if it's a good, silly idea, but I've never been hateful towards a fan for recommending an idea. That wouldn't be fair. Technically, he wasn't pacifistic totally, because he did lock out his congregation. So it's not like he was a saint. What if Wayne Bailey was in Saw? Who is Wayne Bailey? What if the governor killed Michonne? Well, if the governor had killed Michonne at season 4, then nobody would have been around to save Rick. He would have died. The governor would have won. Michonne would have been dead, so she's the spin-off character. And the story would have been bad overall. I think I have her dying to the governor as a story. It's just when they fought rather than that scene. What if Carl killed Sadiq? Well, then that would have made him darker. He would have lived, but it would have made him darker, and ultimately he wouldn't have gotten bit, and Negan most likely would have died because nothing would have inspired them to save Negan, and then the Saviors would have gotten revenge, like my What If Rick killed Negan at the end of season 8, and then everything would have went downhill. Amazing Spider-Man. Well, technically, I have made Venom in the Amazing Spider-Man. If you watch my What If Andrew Garfield replaced Tom Holland, Richie's father, well, then he would have just been another cop. There's not too much about Richie's father that stood out. What if Tank Guy? You mean Mitch? Daryl's a spinoff character, so the story would have gone downhill. Beth would have been kidnapped and probably never found again. And it would have been bad because Daryl's a freaking spin-off character. I don't watch Moon Knight. What if Lizzie killed Judith? That's saved, actually. What if Negan was in Saw? That's saved too. Ghost Rider being in the MCU, I think I already have that saved. If Rick had died at the beginning, it would have been like, what if Rick stayed in the coma and the story would have been over. Shane would have led the group, probably gotten everyone killed. It's just not a good ending. Yeah. What if Peter Strahm from... Oh, what if Strahm survived? Yeah, I have a few Strahm what ifs already saved. Oh, we're almost out of time here. And we got 4 more ideas to fill the slot. But since I had to get rid of people and everything, and since we're at an hour 20, since I had to get rid of people and I was a little late, I will give an extra 5 minutes. 5 more minutes to see if we can get 4 more ideas for the channel. If we can, we get more people for the tournament. If we can't, then who we have is who we have, basically. Because I'm a nice guy. Well, the nurse was already way past dead, so that wouldn't have been possible. Even so, that nurse probably would have only lived till a certain point. I have Rick losing his arm in my What If the Governor Met Negan remake, but if you're going to make him lose his arm, then it's just the comics. So, can't really do much. What if Nick was in Scream? That's saved. Glenn died in season 5. That's saved. Nick was in Saw. I don't think I've saved that yet. Yeah, why not? I don't know why I didn't think of that. No, you're okay, you're okay. You are okay. What if Rick was in Saw? That's saved. But what if Nick was in Saw? Is not. Get it? Nick, Rick. Heh. Small joke. What if Rick was in Scream? I believe that's saved too. What if Gareth killed either Bob or Sasha? Technically, he did kill Bob already. I mean, Bob was already bit, so he was dead. But he did cut off his leg. So, technically, he did kill Bob. But I have Sasha dying instead of Bob. So, yeah. Let's see. What if Simon died early? Well, how early, though? Because I feel like it wouldn't have mattered too much even if he had. What if Detective Riggs teamed up with Hoffman at the end of Saw 4? So what if Riggs joined Jigsaw? Well, that's convoluted, but I feel like I could work some miracles and maybe make him team up at the end. He just would not have... He would have to have not gotten shot, though. What if Riggs survived? I don't think I have that saved. So... yeah. Survived. That's saved. What if the governor was the main character? Shane, the main character, is already going to be a thing. What if Shiva survived? That's going to be a thing. What if Riggs... what if Bob survived? That's saved, I believe. Now we just need one more. 2 minutes. One more idea. What if Tyrese killed Martin? I believe that's saved. So, yeah. No, I'm never going to get into Stranger Things. How would Captain America fit in the Captain Marvel movie? What if Martin killed Jesus? What if Martin killed Judith? Oh, man. Lizzie killing Judith, that's one thing, but Martin? Ooh. And that's a wrap for questions. 20 ideas, and that is the end of the stream. We are done with questions for today. Because now that we have made it to 20 ideas, just a few seconds before the time was up, now we are going to talk about the tournament. So, I'm going to discuss all of the people who are in the tournament, and then I'm going to talk about people who want to join and everything. And you guys are more than capable of helping me out, or if you want to help me out, explaining to anyone new. So, the people who are in for tomorrow's tournament are Goatvinner using Full Potential Darth Vader. King is using Cosmic Armor Superman. KJ is using Hajun mixed with a bunch of other freaking people. And Nefarious Bat is using God. So, I'm participating. Yes, whenever it happens. I will shout you out whenever I do the what if, though. It will be a long time, but you will get shouted out for it unless I forget about it. You could always comment and I will remember it, even if it's years in the future. Not saying it's what will happen, but it will happen. Anyway, so I am only participating in the tournaments for Discord because we got under 10 members, which is why I extended the stream to get more members in. So if anyone wants to enter in the tournament, here are the things you need to know. You have to be on Discord to do it. It will be a Discord-only event. You have to choose your character and your upgrades, whatever you want to give that character. He could be a strong, weak, it could be an it, she, he, doesn't matter. And you need to read my quick memo article, download it off of Discord, or look at my community post, which explains the entirety of the tournament. You'd have to look for it also. So if anybody wants to get in, besides the members I just now mentioned, now is definitely the time to say it. I closed off registration yesterday, but if you want to get in, now is definitely your chance. Because this will be a once-a-month thing, and I'm not going to do it more than once a month. That would be ridiculous. I have a huge other ton of crap to do, real life, and my channel's already packed as is. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and not Monday, Tuesday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and yeah. Hello there, Jacubed1951. Nice to see you. So if anybody wants to get in, who wants to get into the tournament, especially you GMB or whatever, now's the time to say it. I'll give it a sec. And if anybody wants to explain more or just wait until they check out the freaking article on Discord or the community post, then you are more than welcome to explain. Otherwise, you got to do that. If you're new to the channel and got the tournament, I advise you just to look, and there's the slightest chance that you might even miss this tournament. So, all right. So, I'm going to write this down on the back. Anybody who wants to get into the tournament, rephrase your name so I got it. No, not your literal. If that is your literal name, then I did not mean your literal name. I meant just freaking. I meant your. I meant just say that you want to join. I didn't mean to actually phrase your name. All right, 7979. You were already going to be in the tournament. You just never freaking showed your guy. You just never showed your guy or did anything really before the tournament started. So you technically were already a participant. You just forgot or maybe just didn't feel like putting in your character. Now, who else? Besides GM, whoever wants in, now's the time to say it. I'll write your name of your channel on a list down here below, and then we'll figure it out and get on Discord and we'll talk it out. And King, Ren, and Goat, you guys are more than welcome to help me explain to the newbies how the tournament works, but we got to get this done by tomorrow. Like, this is something we need to deal with now. Anybody who's already in, you don't got to say crap. Okay, so I've only got GMV written down. Besides that, doesn't look like anybody else will. I didn't. I know, Ren. I would never mind. Okay, so here's the deal. Anybody besides. Okay, Savage said he wanted to join too. Okay, so he's wrote down 2. And anybody else? Anybody else besides GM and Savage? You just have to join the Discord in the description. And then I will end the stream here. And then we can all get on Discord, every one of us here. And then we can go ahead and talk about it there. And then I'll explain the rules. And you can either download the article. You can go on YouTube and check out the community posts regarding the tournament. Or you can just have us all explain it to you that way. Now, I think that's all. But there is one more thing that I need to say to everyone who even is in the tournament about the time, about when it is. So, and I'll explain a little bit about the tournament to the newbies while I'm at it, even though we will explain on Discord. But here's the deal. The tournament is basically a Discord held event between anybody who cares to. It's basically like a Pokemon battle through the internet. And yeah, it's basically better to explain that way, but we basically pick our own character. You join the Discord server. It's going to be a Discord held event, and we'll explain it to you once you get on Discord in the description. It's literally in the description of this stream and every one of my other freaking videos and streams. And what else? Or you can just check the community post out regarding the rules of the tournament and everything. Basically, if you can't enter, you can't enter. But anyways, I feel like that's all I need to explain. And for the time, for everybody who's concerned, it is going to be held tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 6 p.m. Central Time. So I will be doing things, and I work past 4, but I will get the tournament online and everything started and figured out even whenever I'm like done working and everything. And I'll even try to get, after I'm done here and we figure everything out on Discord, I'm instantly going to the brackets and figuring out matches. And then I got a million other things to do. Even when I'm off work, I'm always working because, you know, this is going to be a job. So I thank you guys for the 20 ideas for today. I mainly wanted to get 20 ideas so I could get more people onto the tournament. We'll see if anyone besides GM and Savage get on. Besides that, we already know who our members are. And yeah, I'll see you guys next Saturday for the next Q&A, a little bit here for the tournament information, and tomorrow for the tournament, and then Monday for the next part of Dale's story. So I think I covered everything, and I'll see you guys in a minute for the information on the tournament. So hope to see you all there. Well, most of you, mostly all of you there. Not the trolls, obviously. Anyway, I'll see you guys in a minute.